had done their research when my parents were looking at different places. In the course of that research, they determined that they definitely wanted to be in a non-for-profit.
My father and I particularly wanted a nonprofit. We wanted to go to a place that was not a large corporation, but was a nonprofit institution. Because having worked for nonprofits my whole life, either in healthcare or parishes, I wanted them to be in a place that would make decisions not about maximizing profit, but about maximizing lifestyle and quality of life and dignity.
My brother and myself live out of state, so we lean heavily on the Dallas team to be our eyes, ears, primary caregivers, and first responders to our mother's needs.
Deaconess was really great about communicating with all of us about what stages my mom was at and what level of care she needed. And they sort of guided us, the aides that came in. Everybody was superlative. I was amazed at everyone that I met.
People are paying attention, and the baton is being handed carefully, deliberately, and with attention to the next person.
I was blown away at their compassion and their dignity, really deep reserve of caring that I hadn't experienced before.
When first engaged, her health was on the mend, and it took a huge turn for the worse that ended up with her being placed on hospice. It was touch and go for a number of months. The Dallas team kept vigilant and did over and above to get our mother through those darkest of times.
I love that I can call and speak with Betty and get updates. I can find out from Betty what's happening that day. And the other person who's been an invaluable resource to me has been Diane DiGregorio, who is the nurse manager. Because of the note-taking system and the information that's available to Diane, she can tell me a lot about what's happening when she's not here and when obviously we are not here. It was what my father always hoped could happen, that they would live in a place where the care could be continuous and that as their needs escalated, those needs could be met in-house without us trying to, interview or screen or identify persons who could be caregivers.
The Dallas team cares a great deal about our mother's health and well-being. No matter what day or the time, you're able to get in contact with a team member who is with her, or can reach out and get a response from the team leader, even if they're not on campus. That is very comforting while not being close.
There are probably very few times that you get this close to death, and you learn so much during the course of it, especially if you're with someone knowledgeable who can say, here's what's going on. You have a million questions as you watch your parent or your loved one going through all these physical changes and emotional changes too. And so to have somebody who's experienced, who's seen it before, who can explain what's going on, was such a relief. It was so comforting that normalcy, it gave a sense of normalcy, really.
Dallas helped my father to die with dignity in his home with his wife nearby. And now my mother has 24/7 aides as her health deteriorates.